We're answering your questions about road life in celebration of our 11th Nomadiversary. This week's question comes from Mary, and she wants to know, where was the first place we visited when we launched?
Well, Mary, that's a quick answer, but let's start with a little bit of backstory on that. So we spent 18 months getting ready for road life, and that involved downsizing from our 1,650 square foot house in the Blue Ridge Mountains and downsizing it to 72 square feet to fit in Hamlet. We also completely restored our vintage trailer inside and out. Remember, it is 66 years old. We also converted our house to a rental. We wrapped up 18-year careers. And we said yes to every invitation, from weddings to dinners and barbecues, sort of like a victory lap around our community. It was a lot going on.
We had a lot going on. And we launched on our 12th wedding anniversary in early September, but in those last few days, we finished up staff training, we wrapped up 2 major campus events, we packed up our camper, hugged, kissed all of our friends and family, loaded the boats on the racks, and finally drove out of town.
At 5 p.m. during an absolutely epic Blue Ridge Mountain thunderstorm. If you know, you know. It was crazy.
And in all that was going on, we really hadn't given too much thought about where we were going to go first. So we just headed north, about 4 hours from Boone, to the New River Gorge National Park, which at the time it was still a National Scenic River for all you NPS nerds out there.
That's right, it was.
We'd been there a dozen times with students, but we'd never just hung out there by ourselves.
Yeah, so we just collapsed. We spent 3 days just lounging about, camping, sleeping, cooking, just playing in the river and not caring about that silly to-do list. In fact, we ceremoniously burned that bad boy in our first campfire.
So after resting for a few days and recovering, we drove north to my parents' place in northern Michigan, where we could join them for a 9-day sailing trip around the bays of Lake Michigan. Now, when we got back from the trip, we still had a few things left on the to-do list for the trailer with gear and stuff, things I wanted to fix.
Yeah. He just kept coming up with these projects he wanted to do, and I was like, we have been here for 2 weeks. Quit stalling. Let's go.
So I guess our real launch, that launch when we started exploring with no plans and no itineraries or reservations, was late in September. We hit the upper peninsula of Michigan.
During the best fall we had
really amazing.
Ever seen. Yeah.
The lesson here is that you'll never really be completely ready for life on the road, but you're going to figure it out along the way.
So thanks for that question. Keep those questions coming, and we will see y'all on the road.